Thakur, and today we are going to discuss Maharashtraboard English question paper, the examination of which was held today, which is 7th March 2024. We will try to understand the level of the paper and what are the things that were asked this time. Now, if we go through the paper, then I find that the question paper style and the pattern is the same as in the past. The first part starts with the language study, which is about grammar. So okay, you can see that the first question, every child is free to grow. The infinitive is to be identified, so obviously it is to grow. Second part deals with collocations. So we have to find the collocation of ticket, so you can write window. So collocations are normally the words which usually come with a particular word. For instance, drizzle, which means very light rain, can be associated with light. Now the next question is punctuation, which always comes. So here, this is the right answer as per me. Dr. Kalam. Doctor has to be written with T capital and then a full stop, and then Kalam is a name. So we have to write K as capital, and then again it has the ending as a phrase. So that phrase has to be separated by a comma. Now the next one is asking the present participle in which the last letter is doubled. So you can write sitting or reading, and there are many other words that you can think of. Fifth question is reverberated. We have to find two words with minimum 4 letters. So it can be read, it can be tear. You can also spot other words. This is what I found at first sight. Now the next question, A2. Identify the verb in the given sentence, which actually it is gave, and whether it is finite or non-finite. So finite verb always is used to represent any mood or the tense. So normally it changes its form as per the tense. So we can see that gave, which is the second form of the verb give. So that's why it has to be finite. And then the next part is to write two sentences having same pronunciation, which is where and where. Where is something, an article for sale. So you can write traders displayed their wares in the market. And where is the clothes which we actually put on. So what I have thought is one should buy clothes to wear and not just to show off. The next one is to convert no sooner into a sentence having as soon as. So this is what it should be. As soon as the bill is passed, it will become an act. Now the next part is do as directed, use the given words into one meaningful sentence. So here we have to use both the words rest and routine and then make a sentence that has some meaning. So what I have thought is taking proper rest should be a part of daily routine. So both the words rest and routine have come. The next one is change the following sentence into a compound sentence. So we can see that I awoke late next morning to find that Anil had already made the tea. So this to can be replaced by and since this to find is the infinitive, that is why since the first part is in past tense, so the second part also has to be in past tense. So instead of find, you can write found. Now the next comes the passages, which actually constitute a major chunk. So this chapter has been taken from the Steve Jobs Connecting Dots. And here the answers are slightly displaced. I will just verbally tell you what the answer should be. So the company started by narrator and was is Apple. Second company is Next. His wife his longtime partner is Laurie, and the uh, world's most successful animation company happens to be Pixar, which is mentioned in this passage. So now let's see the next passage. This is the continuation of the previous page, and certain questions have been asked, so which are quite easy. You can go through that uh, paragraph and you can get it. Now, third is actually dependent upon the same passage. So they have given the words like get fired and began to dawn on. So here also there is a slight displacement of the answers. So get fired basically means when someone is terminated, he is asked to leave. So obviously on committing persistent mistakes, so get fired should be there in the first fill up, and began to dawn on basically when someone starts coming to know or coming to realize. So this must go to the second fill up. Now the next question is again identify the tense of the underlined word. So if you haven't found, so have has come and third form of verb has come, which means it has to be present perfect, which I have written here. Okay, let me just put it. And this must come here. And there is, okay, failure is the key to success. You have to explain in your own words. So here it's a very general thing. Normally failure helps us to spot our errors, to see where we went wrong. So once we analyze that, once we avoid them, we normally get success. So you can write in your own words. Then the next one is the passage which is taken from the lesson, which is about that boy for whom these maestros perform at his sister's request. So the girl was excited because she saw the ad in the newspaper that those two musicians will perform at a certain place in Mumbai. Now, in the next one, they're asking for two adverbs having ly at the end. So it can be actually, gravely. You can search for it. You can get others as well. Two compound words which I have found is table tennis, self-reproach. And now, again, there is a grammar which is involved in this. Which is first is to the direct is to be converted into indirect. So I have always wanted to hear him and see him, he said. So the reported speech is said, which is past tense. So obviously the present perfect of that direct will change into the past perfect. So it can be like he told that he had always wanted to hear him and see. Now describe your experience. That's a personal opinion. You can think of it and you can write in your own words. Then comes the third, which is poetry. And here, again, it has been taken from 7 Stages of Life written by Shakespeare. And going through the poem, I have written some of the answers, which you can see. And then there will be certain other questions based on this passage. So they are asking for similarities between first is when the child is born, and seventh is when he is about to die. So both are like childish stages, and having no teeth and other things can be written. All the world's a stage, so the world is considered as a stage. So the correct answer is the metaphor. Then we have other passages, and this is basically from uh, that chapter where the writer writes a very humorous poem, and his servant sees and that he just can't withhold his emotions. So figures of speech can be alliteration like green, grew. Simile can be as I would die. Central idea can be the unintended consequences, which means the person does not expect that these things would happen once he does something. So this is what exactly happened. The author didn't want to write anything to harm, but eventually it ended up causing damage to his servant. So he regretted it later. Now, the non-textual passage is about Kerala and its beauty and the tourism which these beautiful things attract. So, going through the passage, this is what I found as advantages like Kathakali, a palace built in oldest European, something like that. You can find some more also. Then we have other things based on the same passage. So I have just tried to match. You can also have it. Speciality, you can write it because that is there in the passage. Every city is famous for certain things. And then in grammar part, you can choose a place of your dreams. So uh, here also there is slight changes. Not only and but also should come here. So normally we use not only a but also to replace the and part. So Kerala is the land of magic and Ayurvedic messages. So and can be replaced by this. Kerala is not only the land of magic but also Ayurvedic massages. Similarly, you can choose a place of your dream. So the can be replaced by compulsion, which is must. So that way, this can be written. Then comes the writing skill part. Obviously, you have to write the summary of a particular passage. And here comes writing skills, which actually constitutes chunk of the question paper. As usual, the first part is letter writing, which is about the benefits of sports. Both formal, informal is there. So the examinee was supposed to choose the one. And next part is information transfer. So here uh, they have asked the flow chart, how that sugar goes through the different process before it reaches those end users. The next part is non-verbal to verbal. They have already given the information. It has to be converted into a paragraph. Next part is speech. Actually, it's a choice between speech and the view and counter view. And speech is quite easy. And moreover, they have given the points which you need to elaborate. And you can do. Nothing is more important than self-study. So you can write because you must have done it yourself. So you must be able to write about it. View, counter view, here they have taken up social networking. Now, this seems to be a bit tricky part of the question paper because most of the things or most of the views that are mentioned are actually appearing to be true. So it's a bit difficult to find the counter view. For example, there are other ways of connecting and staying in touch. But here you can mention that social networking can be used for sharing not only one's text, but also pictures, videos, and so many things. So there are other ways, for example, by sending a text, we can share, but social networking has its own charm because once you put it, it can reach so many people. So these are certain things which you can think of to counter the given views. The next question is again expand the theme as usual. So here they have given a very general one: trees, nature's gift to man. So you can easily write all the benefits. Then the news report, which is the choice, and here they have given a statement: child laborers rescued from stone quarries, which actually I think it has come in the previous years in some form or the other. So that is again a very familiar topic. You can always write about it. And then developing a story or a narrative. So they have given first the beginning of this. Anita was in a cake shop to buy a cake for her birthday. She saw a small beggar boy outside the shop. So just you can think of what will follow this event, and you can write it. Similarly, there is another one which has to end with: after the sumptuous meal in a luxurious hotel, I discovered that I had forgotten my wallet at home. So you can think of the situation which can precede this event, and you can. I will try to upload some of these writing skills separately in different videos, and that way you can go through it and you can understand how the answer is to be given. So this is the analysis of 2024's English paper of Maharashtra 10th board. I hope that you must have liked it, and I have tried to cover as much as possible uh, as far as answering the questions are concerned, and I will definitely get back with you some of the writing pieces as well. So if you have liked this video, please do share, do comment on it. Let me know how did you find it. It will encourage me to upload videos of this kind in the future as well. Thanks a lot for watching this video.